Because when I found this truth, guess what happened? I put my birthday away. When I found this truth, I put the drugs away. When I found this truth, I quit whoring my sisters. When I found this truth, I started becoming a better man and a better person. Because now I know I'm on that narrow path. Now I know I'm on a righteous path. Now I know what I'm doing is going to get me somewhere.
People are in competition with each other to see who's not the brokest. There is no logical explanation for that. It's all vexation of spirit and vanity. Pretend. It's all pretend. It's all pretend. They capping like they rich, but they pockets on E. Flexing on the gram, can't afford a white tee. 10 on the dash, but they borrowed that whip. Whole crew sweet, man, they suck like a tick. Diamonds they post, cubic fake in the flash. Saying they up, but they ain't really got the cash. Talking big meals, but they still eating noodles. Say they got shooters, but all of them poodles. Claim they got work, but they flipping no units. Yapping like a OG, but ain't got no influence. Run they mouth, but they ain't running no game. Acting like bosses, but they stuck in the slow lane. Catch them in person, they moving real timid. Internet thug, but in life they diminish. 100 on 100, but that's just a filter. Behind that phone, they a whole different type of nigga. Fake life, smoke and mirrors. I see the truth through veneers. You act rich, but I hear fear. You so broke, that's real clear. Fake life, smoke and mirrors. I see the truth through veneers. You act rich, but I hear fear. You so broke, that's real clear. I'm from the H where the flex get checked, where the ice on your neck might put you in debt. Claim they got bodies, ain't bust, not a threat. Say they got ops, but they text and they ex. Pull up in rentals, pretend they own it. Capping in the captions, they lifestyle phony. Talking in riddles, but the real ones decoded. You living for the likes, and you know that I know it. They say they outside, but they stay in disguise. Praying on angels to cover the lies. Caught up in the hype, and they drown in the vibe. I'm in the jungle, you barely survive. I don't need no filters, my scars is the proof. They post in the cap, I'm just posting the truth. Here's Doe E with the H-Town bounce. If you got something to say to me, talk to my bank accounts. Fake life, smoke and mirrors. I see the truth through veneers. You act rich, but I hear fear. You so broke, that's real clear. Fake life, smoke and mirrors. I see the truth through veneers. You act rich, but I hear fear. You so broke, that's real clear. If you got it, you got it. But if you don't got it, don't pretend and fake the fall. Don't perpetrate the fraud. Learn to be genuine and real with yourself. I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for what I'm not. Practice on being loyal to yourself and respecting yourself and loving yourself. And once you love yourself, you express that to others. And honor all men. Yo, I'm out. It's all pretend.
Hey, yo, Habana.
Hey, y'all, what's up, Ottawa?
Yo, you know we got to do it again.
Damn right.
They're killing us in these streets, you know?
Yeah, man, this shit crazy.
Let's ride.
Let's get it.
My heart goes out to all of my brothers who been shot by the cops, can't trust the undercovers. Cold-blooded the way they did Demetrius Stanley. Shot him in front of his own home with his family. Innocent black man killed once again. To the hands of these crooked cops, they ain't your friend. Hunters down, they bloodthirsty men. Gunners down, walk free and they win.
They killing us like George Floyd. To the knee to your neck while they hold you down. You can't run, they'll gun you down if you drive away like Andrew Brown. Same way they did Matthew Williams. He had a knife, but they ain't have to kill him. Lied on him, say he lunged at him. He tried to flee, they shot their guns at him.
It ain't gotta be nighttime, it can be broad daylight. Get out your car, try to get back in, they'll kill you like Dante Rice. If you think cops like us, they don't, they hate us with all they might. When they pull you over, guns drawn, finger on trigger, they don't play fight.
Nah, they don't play right. They don't give a fuck about witnesses. Gotta really show them what the business is. Why they out here killing kids, and we see what it really is. Got me losing my appetite, and the bitches harassing you at the light. When you feel you gon' die, then it's fight or flight. That's what happened to Rodney Applewhite.
Tired of these cops killing us. Every day of the year they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news, they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. In broad daylight they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us.
They killing us. They killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. Every day of the year they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news, they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. In broad daylight they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us.
They killing us. They killing us.
Never will understand. We living in fear. We kill every day because they got the upper hand. They murdered another man. Yeah, his name Joshua Feast. Kicking his body, he lay in the streets. It's the belly of the beast. That's why we say fuck the police. Fuck 'em.
Crooked cops stay stalking. Kurt Reinhold murdered for jaywalking. Damn. Pull me over, I hand you my gun license. I ain't doing no talking. Yeah. Justice for McPhail Rose, murdered by police at 19 years old. They said he had burglarized some place, but that was a lie. Let the story be told.
They live by it, they gon' die by it. Understand what I really mean. Shoot a nigga while he handcuffed in a seatbelt that was really green. Patiently waiting for the Lord's vengeance. In the UPK, we got the illest team. All devils, they must die. Cut their heads off with a guillotine.
Right. AJ Crooms and Sincere Pierce, y'all gonna learn who they are. That's right. The cops massacred these two young brothers and shot at their car. These devils can't help us, it's one solution, let's not pretend. We begin to police our own neighborhoods, we must defend and bring these homicides to an end. Tired of these cops killing us, every day of the year they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news, they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us, in broad daylight they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us.
They killing us, they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us, every day of the year they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news, they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us, in broad daylight they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us.
They killing us, they killing us.
All right, clap it up. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahana. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barak Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Al Lathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Today we in Killeen, Texas. Today it is the law class. The law class. You need the law. The law is not done away with. Please stop talking to me about the law being done away with if you won't be okay with me robbing you. Right. Times is hard. And all this, the law done away with is make your hands itch. Make your hands itch. Make you want to pull a pistol on somebody. You better remind us that the law is still in effect. So what do we have to have? The law class. We got to remind you that we still have laws that we have to abide by. You know, that's what you better remind Black and Hispanics, right? So there's a lot going on in the world. I know there should be some questions in the room or online because you don't know the Bible. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who to love. You don't know who to vote for. You don't know. So you should ask questions. We have this open forum so you can come and ask your question. So if there's any questions in the room online, let's get to them. Got a question in the room? Let's go.
If I could, Salaki, sir. So it's my question is, like, I know it takes time to show that you have changed, But if you dealing with somebody that's known you for a long time in the world, and they constantly remember you as the person you were, even though you feel like you go out of your way to show them something different. For instance, like, if you was, it's like if you like, to the example you was using, like if you used to rob people, but you know the exact date since you robbed somebody, but it's been 8 years, 9 days, 9 months, and 20 days since I did it, but they keep coming to you like, remember that time you done robbed me and took my. How do you deal with that? How do you approach that person other than constantly groveling and apologizing, or is that what you have to do?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, the first thing you have to do is they have to see a difference in you. You constantly telling them that, remember I did this, well, I don't do it no more. That's one thing. But for you to show them a change, it helps them forgive you. It helps them let it go. A lot of times people are not able to let things go because they still see something that reminds them of the person that hurt them. So you have to go out of your way to be an example of the life you want people to believe you live. You want to show them that you want to openly, oh man, I remember I would never do that anymore. Man, I deserve this for doing that. Man, the Lord could have did this to me for doing that. I never do nothing like that again. Man, I was so dumb. Oh my God. I'm embarrassed. When they bring it up about how you used to do it, the first thing you want to remind them is that that's not you anymore. You never done that. The warrior Allah never done it. Whoever you was in the world, that's who they talking about. You want to separate the two. What am I talking about? How do you separate the two? Scripture.
What I would say, old wine in new bottles.
Yeah, I would use. That's fine. Anybody else?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
How can I let the people know that I'm not the same person? What scripture would I use? And how was it taught to be different? I almost gave it to you.
So, like I was gonna say, saying that you have to be born again, pretty much.
That's an excellent one. Being born again and being transformed. How you be transformed?
Through the renewing of your mind.
Let's read that. Let's read, be ye transformed. How to change. You got to let them know that there's something new about you. And it's not, see, they looking at the outer appearance. You still look the same. So you ain't different. What do you mean you different? There is something about me that's different. And it was done in my head. Read that.
Kanawakan, sir. Kanawakan, sir. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
You got to let them know, man, back in the day, man, I was conformed to the world. The world made me like that. I used to do the things that people in the world did because I was in the world. But now I'm not conformed in the world. I'm what?
Transformed.
I've been transformed by what?
The renewing of your mind.
By learning something new. Yeah, back in the day, the world taught me to get fast money by selling drugs. The world taught me that. Now, I don't go by those rules. I've got new rules that taught me how to be something new. I've been transformed by that new teaching. Like you said, now I'm not pouring old wine in the new glasses. This is the new me. I'm not bringing that me with me. Just like he said, being born again. You are changing your life totally. That means you're dying to your old self and becoming someone new. You know, it's a lot of people right now that's not able to forgive or move forward because they are still alive. You understand? Like, I can't let this go. Why can't you let it go? Oh, because you still here. because it happened to you. This new person is a child. When you come into school, what do you call?
A young man.
A young man. You're a grown ass man. Why you call a young man in here? Because you're shedding yourself of the world. You're shedding yourself of your past experiences. You're shedding yourself of all the things that you've been through that maybe you can't forgive. Well, you're getting that about. What does it mean to shed? Look that up.
Come on, sir.
Look at the definition of shedding.
Shedding generally means to lose, cast off, or release something, such as hair, skin, or leaves. It also refers to the act of eliminating unwanted things.
That's what shedding is. Leaving behind, losing something, leaving something behind you and getting rid of it, letting it go. You know, snakes shed their skin. They actually come out of the skin and continue living. Where's the skin? Laying right where they left it. You can't say you shed yourself for the world when you're walking around with the skin in your backpack. You're pulling the skin out. You see? You see what you did to this? You see what you did to me? The snake ain't doing that. The snake ain't pulling up the old skin and saying, you see that scar? That scar came from you. You did that. Now, the snake leaves that skin in the grass with the scars on it. Now you just moving around, going through new holes with new skin. Well, how can you say that you in the truth and you became new and people still see the old wounds? They still hear you talking about how you used to act and what you used to do in a way as if you miss it. Well, if that's what you're doing, then guess what you're going to do next? You're going to make them think about the way you offended them because you're still there. Go ahead.
It's heavy you say that because I was gonna be the next part of my question. Like, it's hard not to bring that up in moments when people bring up old things about you. But is that you holding on to your old skin? If, like, you know, if somebody sees, they constantly somebody that you known before the truth longer than you knew while you was in the truth,
right?
And you like, all right, I'm doing all this to, you know, to show that I'm remorseful or that I'm repenting for the mistakes that I made before, but because you want to hold on to the wounds or the pain, I have to constantly go back there with you.
When old people talk about back in the day, how do they talk about it?
Like it was the time of their life.
The time of their life. Now, is this time of their life still present? Yatazaq.
So, can you repeat the question, sir?
Is the time of their life still present?
Sir, it's in their memory.
It's where?
It's in their memory.
That's how you have to be. You are going to have to realize that all of these things that people want to bring up and say that you've done and have done and who you used to be and all of that, every time that you talk about who you used to be and how you used to be, what you end up doing is you're reminding them that you haven't changed. So what do you need to do? You need to be able to show the people that you can be different by what you do and what you say. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Come on, sir.
What you do and what you say is the most important thing to moving forward and shedding yourself of that old man and that old thought process. All right? All right.
Sir, I had another question.
Go ahead.
This is from a sister. She asked the question, how can I be perfect according to the Most High if there are over 600 laws and commandments in the Bible and I only know about 13?
Excellent question. How can you be perfect if there's 600 and something laws and commandments? First and foremost, what is the first question? Can you be perfect? I'm asking, is it possible to be perfect?
Cut on Wakan, sir.
It is. A lot of people, now imagine you've been raised up in your life thinking that it's impossible to be perfect, but you have been required to be like Christ. You've been required to be like Christ, but then they tell you that you can't be perfect.
Cut on Wakan, sir.
Give me
I got you.
yeah, give me that. Let me show you what Christ said. And let me tell you why this is important. Because you have to be renewed by the renewing of your mind. You got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Let me ask you another question. Can you make a 100 on the test?
Cut on Wakan.
You can. What do you need to make a 100?
It's like it, so you have to study.
You have to study. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Lord Christ, I'm teaching. What happened? Nah, it's for tomorrow. You can take some of the chicken breast. Use that. Go ahead, eat whatever you want. Yeah. Say that again.
You have to, in order to make 100, sir, as possible, you just have to study.
You have to study. You have to know the information. Well, how is it that you feel like you can't know what we teach, know the Bible? Why can't you be perfect? Because you don't know the law. Basically, what the sister is saying is that there's 600 laws that I can't keep because I don't know them. So what does that mean have to happen? What does that mean have to happen? Huh?
You have to basically learn, sir. Come to class.
You have to learn the information. That's what you have to learn. Now, read what you got.
Come on, Wakan, sir. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 48. And these are in red, sir, spoken by Christ. It says, be ye therefore perfect.
What did Christ say?
Be ye therefore perfect.
Christ off the rip. He said, be perfect. That's what Christ required. Now, when Christ asks you or require you to do something that you cannot do. When Christ found, when a woman was brought to him that had committed adultery, right?
Come on, sir.
And they said, what do you say we do? Christ said, he without sin cast the first stone, right? The people knew they sinned, so they left. Christ said, well, where are your accusers? He said, there are none. They left. What did Christ tell her to do?
He said to, it's like it, sir. He said to sin no more.
He told her to do what?
To go and sin no more.
Christ said, all right, well, don't do it anymore. Well, you're not going to know how to keep the law if you don't know what laws you're breaking. All 613 laws don't even have nothing to do with you. Right. There are laws that are just for women that have nothing to do with men. Laws about pregnancy, as far as after you have a child, you stay away for a certain amount of time, or you have a cycle, you're kind of quarantining. All of those different things. There are different laws. There are laws for men as far as after being intimate with a wife, how to deal with it and what to do, and cleaning and this and that don't have anything to do with the women. Well, all you have to do is know the information. That's it. You know why we are failing the test? Because we haven't been properly taught. You've been taught 2 + 2 is 7. You go to church every Sunday and you pay a tuition called tithes, and you are not being taught the proper way to deal and do math. So now you keep saying, why is this? I'm getting the check marks in church, but when I go outside of church and use this math, it doesn't add up. Why is this not working in my life every day? Because it's not the right answer. The reason it's so hard for us to change and be better is because we don't know that we're wrong. You know what we think? God's grace is sufficient.
Right.
What's the one they say? God knows my heart. He knows. He looks high and looks low. What they, all that. And all of that is the reason why there's so much promiscuity in the church. There's so much, so many children being touched and so much infidelity, so many murderers, robbers, and thieves, so much envy and jealousy because they're not being taught the most important thing in the Bible, the laws. The laws of the Lord is, give me that, Psalms, what's that, 19?
Oh, come on, concert.
Yeah, 19 and 7. Go ahead.
So this Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Wide is the gate to destruction. That's why there's so many people on it. That's why it's billions of people in religion, but you can't find people that know their culture. Read that right there.
Cut on one concert. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
The law is what?
The law of the Lord is perfect.
So if you want to be like Christ, you have to follow what Christ followed. Christ followed the laws. That's what made him perfect. So the laws of the Lord is perfect, doing what?
Converting the soul.
Doing what to the soul?
Converting the soul.
This is what's going to change you. It's going to change you from a sinner to a righteous person. Doing what else?
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making the wise the simple.
Making
wise the simple.
Making wise the simple. What does that mean? Meaning, people that think they know, they don't know. They have the attitude. They have the, they walk around with so much pomp, thinking that they have so much information because they went to seminary school or theology, and they know the eisegesis and the exegesis, and they know, the silicon text and all of that, and they don't know to not sleep with their brother's wife.
Right.
That's very simple. You don't have to read in a different language to understand that. They don't know that stealing is a sin. See, the thing about religion is there's so much evil in the religion because they are not governed by the laws of God. They are governed by faith. So what is faith? Faith is, well, you got good faith that I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. There's no rules to my faith. I can just say I'm going to do this, and I can say I'm going to do that. And when you don't do it, who's there to hold you accountable? Nobody. That's what the Pharisees and the Sadducees did. The Pharisees and Sadducees, they were at the top, and they were crooked cops.
Right.
Who's there to take crooked cops to jail? Huh? Nobody. Because they at the top. If they don't report the bad cops, then nobody will be reported. You'll go to jail for selling drugs, but they won't. Christ had to take away the law. What law did Christ remove out of the seat? Not thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, not the commandments. He removed the badge off of the hypocrite. He said that the priests that they had, the police that they had, didn't have the authority over the people no more. They sit in Moses' seat, but they were the reason the community was bad. Well, they've been done away with. So now they can't stone you anymore. Now they can't hang you on a cross and say, crucify you. Now they can't be the whooping stick that they've been. Now the Lord will punish you. That means, give me Hebrews.
Cut on one concert. Did you want the Matthew 23?
I'm a soarer.
Oh, cut on one concert.
That means you have a righteous judge that's more serious about you being perfect than the hypocritical judge you had originally. See, when you're dealing with man, you can buy men. You can buy men off. Yeah, I did it. That's what's happening with Nolan. You know, you seen these autopsies that came back?
For the brother in the lake, Nolan?
Yeah.
Sir. Yeah.
He came back with no throat. No, he came back with no throat. What else? No kidney. It's a couple of body parts that the new autopsy came back saying he didn't even come back as a whole man. Go ahead.
And the medical examiner, they're saying that this has happened with her like 3 or 4 times before.
I wonder how. You know why? Because they had the money.
And if I could, sir, what they said is that in the previous cases that she said they don't do that level of autopsy on people who are classified as drowning.
Yeah. This is that's the reason Christ had to remove them. Wait, what's the occupation of the mother?
It's like I'm not too sure. She's mother of Nolan?
No. Of the children that's dealing with this case.
I wasn't aware.
She's a judge.
Of the sons that was from?
Yes. She's a judge. And she's the one that told them to say, we don't remember. What happened? We don't know. We don't remember. Why? Because what you say can and will be held against you. Who knows that? Who knows that better than anyone? A judge does. Right. Well, that's why Christ had to remove them off the seat. Because they can be bought. Well, look who's going to judge you now. You were looking for a good judge? Well, you got one. You got the greatest judge ever. Who's going to judge you? What do you say? Your favorite Tupac song that you think is a Bible verse.
Only the Lord can judge.
Only God can judge me. People quote that like that as Romans 10:9. Only God can judge me. Mama, that's Tupac. That's not in the Bible. Well, guess what? It is true. Watch how the Lord going to judge you. Give me that.
So this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26.
Let me see if that's the one I want. Hebrews 10. That's where I want. I want to see where I want to start, though. I think I want to start at 24. Hold up. Oh, no, that's perfect. Go ahead.
Sir. The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
Here's what they're not teaching you in church. After you learn the truth and you go out and keep continually sinning, the Lord looks at you as if you are disrespectful. What do you think? Oh, God's mercy and God's grace is going to protect me. God is looking at you like, I'm not sending my son to die for you again. Who's going to cover these sins? He already died for one set, so who's going to cover these new sins? Keep going.
Sir. Verse 27. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment.
What are you going to have to do?
But a certain fearful looking for of judgment.
Yeah, the only thing you should be looking for now, because Christ already paid the cost. Now all you're going to have to wait on is how you are going to pay the cost this time. This time, you're going to pay with your blood. Right. Just wait on the judgment, because that's what's coming to you. And your pastors know this. You know how I know they know it? Because they went to seminary school and they went to theology school and they can speak the Greek. Yeah. Now, what would Christ say to them? I'm going to judge you by your own words. You said you knew it. Okay, well, you know different. You know what this word is in Greek, huh? Okay, well, now I'm going to judge you by it.
Right.
Keep going.
Sir. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries.
Keep going.
Verse 28. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses.
He said, under the law of Moses, with the priest that I got out of the way, they would unalive you. All they need was 2 or 3 witnesses. Out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let everything be established.
Right.
Well, guess what? Those 2 or 3 witnesses could have been liars, and you lost your life over it. There's a story in the book of Susanna,
right,
where these 2 priests wanted to sleep with this girl, this beautiful woman, and they lied about her. and they said that she came on to them,
Right.
and she didn't. And there was a young priest and prophet of the Lord named Daniel that said, let me deal with this where? In court. And he started to ask them questions, and he said, so when you saw her, where did you see her? She was under the tree. Which tree? The sycamore tree. Okay. And what did she do? Yeah, she came on to me. All right. Go out the room. Sir, come on in. What did you see her at? She came on to me under the tree. Well, the myrrh tree. And what happened? And everybody started to see the stories wasn't adding up. Then the sister came in and told the story, and everybody knew who was telling the truth. Because what has been the problem with society? The leaders. We can't blame the children for an 80-year problem.
Right.
We can't say it's the youth. It's these YNs. Who's raising them?
That's a fact.
Who's the leaders? Who are the ones that's protecting and serving them? Look like they're not being protected or served. Well, this is what the Lord is saying. Keep going.
Come on, one concert. Verse 29. Of how much sorer punishment?
How much more love?
Of how much sorer punishment? Suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy who hath trodden under foot the Son of God, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing?
He said, if you die under Moses' law with 2 or 3 witnesses, how much more of a punishment are you going to get because Christ died?
Right.
Because now you're stepping on the grave and on the blood of your king. Guess what that means? Being that you're under Christ, you are held to a higher standard than you were under the law of Moses.
Right.
That's what he's saying. Paul is saying the laws of the Lord is making it to where you have to follow more of the laws than you did before. So you need to know the 613. You need to know all of them because God is now your judge. And you live in the information age. You got encyclopedias, you got dictionary, thesauruses, botanicas, and you got the World Wide Web. Anything you say you know or need to know, you can find out. Well, that's what you're going to do. Or the Lord is going to judge you. If you want to find out how to be righteous, all you got to do is come to the law class. How many people you got in here today? It don't seem like a lot of people want to know about the laws of God.
Right. Come on, sir.
But if Kurt Franklin was singing and dancing, then we wouldn't be able to, we wouldn't have no room in the end. Well, they'll see one day when Christ stands before them and say, depart from me, because I never knew you. You wanted to, do your own thing. So it's important that you learn what it is the Lord wants from you. Next question.
Hold on, one sir. 1 second.
Any questions in the room? Shalom says, how y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? What's going on? You all right? All right. Next question.
Sir, the next question, a sister asked, she says, what do I do if I can't relate to my camp leader?
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Let's say you have a job, right? And you've been looking for this job. This is your dream job, right? This is your dream job. You went to college for this job. Let's say, for instance, you're a lawyer or a doctor. You went to school for at least 12 to 15 years, right? And now you finally get into the firm or finally go to the hospital. And when you get there, the person over you is an asshole, right? He is not qualified. He doesn't know what, or he's just mean. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm good. Are you going to quit? Are you going to give up? Are you going to leave? Is all that college for nothing now? Because you had a bad leader? Are you gonna now say, "Oh, I don't want to go here anymore. I don't want to take my dream job at my dream place because I don't like him"? Is that the reason you went through college? No. This is what you're going to realize. If you have a camp leader, let's say it's a camp leader you can't relate to, you have to remember why you were there. You were there to serve the Lord. And if you can't relate to him, maybe it's because you don't understand them. A lot of people meet people and you expect to just gel with them as soon as you meet them. You know, it's okay. Imagine a woman that you would feel is cold. She's not very friendly. You would call her bougie. But you don't understand how she doesn't trust anyone because everyone, you know, she's always been mistreated her whole life and blah, 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 blah. And then once you get to know her, and you say, "Oh, well, she's a very sweet and caring." Well, why weren't you like that when I first met you? Who gives you the code to the safe the first day they meet you? Why is it that we can't just go somewhere and do what it is that we're set out to do without getting so emotionally tied to the people that's there? If you go to church, you're going to church to serve the Lord, not to sit and talk to Sister Johnson and Brother Wilson. If you're going to work to get a paycheck, not to make friends. Why is it that when you go into the place and it's not an excellent work environment, you don't remember why you're there? Because maybe you're not there for what you say you're there for. Maybe you're really there to make friends. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you thought you were going to have this excellent career and meet these excellent people and become friends and take pictures and travel with them. That's why you did it, for false hope. Or do you have other people that don't care who at work don't like them? They're going to do the job. And guess what happened to those people? When all of the drama from your friends and the broken and failed friendships fall apart, that person that was sorely working and focused on the job becomes the president of the company because they did what they set out to do. That's your job when you come to serve the Lord. You're not coming in here to make friends. You're not coming in here to like everybody. You're coming in here because you're trying to escape death. That's your point. You are trying to show your king that you are grateful that he gave his blood for you and he died for you. And you know that you deserve death. So therefore, you don't care if she likes you, he likes you. If anybody don't like you or love you or hate you, you're not here for them. You're here for the Lord. Ain't that what you say with your mouth all the time? I love the Lord. He heard my cry. God is my king. Jesus is my Lord. Then you get in church and you're jumping from church to church because you don't like Sister Johnson. You go to work, you're quitting your job because you don't like the supervisor. It seems like you're not there to work. Go ahead.
So they did a network, but they don't realize the networks.
Yes,
getting caught up.
They in the net getting worked. That's the problem. They there to network. They not there to work. That's you can't be like that in serving the Lord. What do we just read? Wide is the way to destruction, and narrow is the way to righteousness. When you're on that narrow path, when you're walking a tightrope, you don't have time to focus on what they talking about or what people doing over here and over there. All you got time to do is make sure that your steps are in line with the next step so that you can make it across. You can't worry about the distractions of everyone else. That's what I would tell you to do. I wouldn't be so invested in the people. I would be invested in looking in the mirror. That's what people that come to serve the Lord don't do. You know what they do when they come to serve the Lord? They look at everybody else. Let me see how everybody else is acting up in here. See if I want to make this my church home. If I want to come in here, let me see what that is good though. Because what did Christ say? Christ said, you know a tree by the fruit it bears.
That's facts.
So the people that's in this place can't be bad fruit, because Christ said no good tree can bear what?
Bad fruit.
Bad fruit. And no bad tree can bear what?
Good fruit.
Good fruit. So you definitely want to check the fruit out, but you don't want to make your everything about the fruit, because you can find something wrong with everybody, just as someone can find something wrong with you. Are they right about it? Are they right about the things they see and that they come up with? No, it could just be their perception, and that's not who you are. But you are what you do. That's what you are. You are that. Now, sometimes people make mistakes. You make a mistake, you get corrected. But once you keep making the same mistake, that's because that's who you are. Remember that. You can't become something. You have to learn and then, readjust. So hopefully that answered the sister question.
So, like I said, there's another question.
Mm-hmm.
Says, what does Matthew 5:39 mean to turn the other cheek? What does that mean?
Let's go there.
And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 39. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to him the other also.
What does that mean? Go ahead, Top. Oh, go ahead.
So like I was just gonna say, it means like when you dealing with your family, don't be quick to go with your move just because they offend you. You know.
Top is on.
Concert. Christ was, he's saying in dealing with our people that it's basically saying that if somebody was to like swing on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You say, okay, you got that, but don't do that again. Like basically, if someone like right now, even with like some of the young brothers right now in our culture, they get into a fight, they pull out the pistol with the switch and they just spray the brother immediately. What it's saying is it's giving our people an opportunity to stop what they're doing. Like you're trying to fight me and attack me. I'm giving you the opportunity to stop before I have to take your life. Like I'm saying you got that one off, but don't do that again.
Yes. Okay, let me tell you what an eye for an eye is. Rightfully, according to the law, if you hit me in the eye, I can punch you right back in it. We can have a fight. That's in the law. See, you think in the law, you got to just be all, according to the Bible. No, the Bible is telling you, if somebody hits you, you can hit them back. But he's saying, if you want to be perfect, resist the evil to hit them, period. That's the evil thing. So who should resist the evil? Which person?
The person that is trying to assault.
The first punch. The first punch should be the one to resist. But what do? You resist not the evil. You go for, I'm mad, I'm punching. And so now you depend on his sanity to just punch you back and keep the law. When he may say, oh, no, I'm not getting punched today. And now you're looking like, oh, you taking it too far. Well, you should have resisted the evil. But you don't. So now Christ is trying to teach you how to retaliate.
Right.
That's what this is about, retaliation. Because you think you have the right to do something because someone did it to you. We learn how to retaliate in here. Somebody does something to us. Okay, now we know, okay, I could put my hands on them, or I could decide not to put my hands on them and let them know to never do this again. I could have what?
Mercy.
Mercy. But you never want to be in a predicament for someone to have mercy on you. And when someone else put their hands on you, they are now in your mercy. because now it's based off of whatever you decide to do. That's what Christ is trying to get both parties to understand. You don't want to be in the mercy of someone else because they can decide not to resist the evil. So what you should do as the first person is don't do it. Because what can for sure happen according to the law is there can for sure be a fight. Go ahead.
And it's heavy you saying that, Cap. I watched this video. The sister did a video about sisters in our community, specifically blacks and Latinos, hitting on brothers. So in the video, the sister, you know, she's with some other women, and it's a group of men, and she's smacking them in the face, pushing them, it's like provoking. And the brothers are showing the restraint. They're giving the mercy. And she keeps pushing and hitting. And everybody's recording, but none of the sisters are stopping her from assaulting the brothers who are showing the restraint. Mm-hmm. And I know in my mind, I was like, if any of these brothers put hands on her, other brothers are going to come in and fight him. Mm-hmm. But nobody's, correcting her. Yeah. And so this is across the board because, like you said, an eye for an eye wasn't based off of gender. And I also remember a law where it said that if a man is fighting another man and his wife gets involved and tries to grab the man's, scrotum, mm-hmm. that once the fight is over, her hand gets chopped off.
Cut off. Because she shouldn't have jumped in.
Yeah.
Two men fighting. Because that's all they were doing. A fight, that's normal. That's natural. Christ said it's impossible, but that offenses must come. Right. When we're dealing with each other, we're going to get into it with each other because we are aggressive. We are an aggressive people, and we're not so soft and tender and not. We know how to have manners. We know how to have respect, but we will get out there with each other. The Lord is a what? A man
of war.
A man of war. And we are his children. So what are we going to do? We're going to fight. But we don't have to. We don't have to. We can get on such a level to where we don't fight each other. We can get on such a level to where we love one another. What did Christ say? A new commandment I give unto you. Is that new? No. Why is it new? We never used it. Christ's like, all right, y'all, we're going to try something new. We're going to do something that we never did before. Why don't we just love each other and not fight? Oh, man, come on. What do you mean? How are we going to do that? That's what Christ is trying to put them on a level. They all knew the law. That's why he kept saying, you have heard it said. It has been said in old time. What's the old time? Where did they hear it at? In the law. In what you would call the Old Testament. Right. But I'm trying to put you on a higher level. I'm trying to show you the spirit of the law. That's what Christ was doing. So this scripture is a perfect example of how we are supposed to deal with each other. Read the next verse.
Sir. Verse 40.
It's about going the extra mile. Doing more than you would normally do in a situation for a brother. Go ahead.
Sir. The book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 40. And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also.
You hear that? Keep going.
Sir. Verse 41. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain.
He's telling them to give him more. He said, hey, man, walk with me down the street. I just need you to walk with me halfway. Nah, I'm going to walk all the way with you. If you need this from me, I'm going to give you more than you ask. Christ is showing you how to show brotherhood. We don't know what brotherhood is. We think brotherhood is, what I thought brotherhood in the world was sharing blunts. If I came over and I match with you, but we family. You be like, man, I ain't got it today. Don't worry about it. That's brotherhood. Can you imagine how dumb that is? We right here thinking that we doing something in the spirit of love. We're destroying each other. Right. Well, Christ is telling you to do that the right side, the righteous way. And the righteous way to do it is someone needs help, give them more than the help they ask for. You know what I mean? Have mercy on someone that needs mercy on them. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Cap, it's crazy because we know this commandment with our enemies. with our oppressor. It's like
Yikes.
second nature. And really, like, Martin Luther King, he instilled that in us to give that grace. When the sister in Dallas with Botham Jean, the police officer went to his apartment and shot him eating ice cream. I believe it was his brother and and sister or whatever went and hugged, or no, the judge that gave her the conviction went down off the thing and gave her a hug and gave her a Bible. And then, the bailiff was combing her hair and stuff and brushing her hair. Even right now in this situation with Nolan, even though we've seen these situations happen time and time again, our leaders will always say, we got to show restraint. Everyone's not like this. They continue to put that inside of us while they're redistricting and gerrymandering and bringing back Jim Crow. And we put our future in the hands of these leaders who have not come to the conclusion that these are enemies and we should never trust our enemies, and we're behind enemy lines. And they're really handing the sheep over to the wolves to be consumed.
Martin Luther King taught us something that Christ couldn't teach us. Christ tried to teach us this, but we received it from Martin Luther King. That's the problem. Martin Luther King didn't, everything that you just said is what Christ said. But Christ told us to do this with each other. Martin Luther King said, do it with them, and you're doing it. 60-something years later, and what are you doing? You still, you loving them. You turning the other cheek. You want to know what turning the other cheek look like? You see it out on the street every day. You don't ever hear about how some black man retaliated to some white man for something he did. You know what he do when a white man mess with him? He calls the law. Wow. You mean that you know how to call the law? I thought that was snitching. I thought we don't do no snitching. Oh, but when it's a black man, he goes by a different set of rules. That is what Christ hates more than anything. He hates the fact that you love everyone else more than you love your own. That's the thing. Like, imagine you coming to die for some people, and the people you dying for are killing each other, but they are loving the people that hurt them.
Right.
That's the problem. The people that's been hurting us is the people that Christ is trying to free you from. And what are you saying? No, but he's my friend.
He's my neighbor.
He's my neighbor. We're all one. No, we're not. And your king hasn't been able to come and free you because you're too close to the enemy. Go ahead.
Just real quick, Cap. Like, I was thinking about this, right? Like, I asked the sister this question. I was like, when you see a man that's in a wig and got makeup on and a dress, right? And he tells you to call him ma'am. Why does that bother you? Because it's obvious he's a man. I'm like, right. So basically I said, you're upset because he wants you to be part of what? She was like, well, his delusion, right? And our leaders have asked that of us, right? We see what our oppressors are doing to us year in and year out, right? I mean, I'm older, so I remember what was the brother in LA that got beat up? Can we all get along? Rodney King. I was a preteen when that happened. And time again, we're the ones that are being told to say, I know what you're looking at, but what you're looking at, that's not what it is.
That's not it.
It's really this. And we can find a way to fix this thing. We can use their system to fix this. And they tell us this, and we keep dying. And then they wonder why the young people are masked up and grabbing guns and don't even know where to direct their energy at. And and they use the Bible as the reference point. Well, Christ died for everybody. God loves everybody. So we can't be like them. We have to take the higher road.
And they are making the youth hate God because the youth want to fight. See, the youth are not cowards. They don't know about your history. They don't know about how you were, bamboozled and swindled into loving them. They don't understand why you so weak. They don't understand it. So the youth is saying, if this is what God is teaching, I don't need them. I don't want no parts of that God. You know what they want? Now they on demon time.
Oh my gosh.
That's who they God is. They're like, well, I'm gonna just embrace the demons. If that's the case, because the demons are more suitable and fitting to the spirit that I want to be in. Well, guess who else was on demon time? David. David was on demon time. David was unaliving the oppressors. Samson was on demon time.
Straight up.
The Lord used Samson and his simping. Samson was a simp. Did y'all know that? I know you probably don't even realize that. Samson was weak behind these women, and the Lord used his anger. Every time Samson went to fight, guess what it was over? A woman. That's what he was doing. And it was a heathen woman, a woman not of his nation, a woman that the Lord told him not to go into. The Lord used him still. He's like, well, I'm going to use the strongest man in my nation to fall in love with them and now be heartbroken by him. And guess who he's going to turn his anger to? Those people. That's the only way they'll be his enemy. The Lord is going to get the victory no matter what. He may have to use you to be his simp so that he can destroy the enemies. So you can go and get right in the house with him and get your heart broken by him and knock the building down and destroy them and yourself. I would have you not do that. I would have you be able to watch the Lord's salvation as they are destroyed. You know what I mean? There's so many people that's trying their best to love everybody when that's the thing that's destroying our people. Go ahead.
If I could, Cap, like what you're saying is so heavy, but it's like it's almost hard for people outside the truth to understand that not loving them isn't attacking them.
Right.
Like people look at us and think we just out like beating up white people in our spare time. like they think we just, we see the other nations and we just, we going at them, but really we just understand that we need to prefer each other and operate within a framework with everyone else and have all the compassion and all the forgiveness for each other because everyone is praying on us, and all the people that are praying on us, we need to be skeptical about and not deal with them.
Give them a hand. That's the fact. All right. Any more questions?
In the room, any questions? All right. With another question, sir. Let me see here. The question is, do I have spirits on me from past men I have been with? And if so, how do I get them off of me? The water for class and answering our questions.
Okay. Do you read that one more time so that I can make sure I'm answering this correctly?
Khan, sir. It says, do I have spirits on me from past men I have been with? And if so, how do I get them off of me?
Okay. A woman is a deposit box. She gets things put into her. So yes, you do have traits and different things that he's taught you, and different trauma that he's put you through, and different things that you hold on to from him. That's why the Lord doesn't want our women having more than one man, because of the physical, spiritual, emotional, mental damage that it can do to you. The Lord does not want you to have a lot of men, because those men leave something in you. Can you find some statistics so you could show me scientifically what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. But this is a real thing. Yes, you have. These men have left something in you. They even talk about the DNA of the children that you have after being with men. You wonder why the kid got green eyes and curly hair. Well, your man crispy black. It's because a little of that DNA was left from old buddy you met in the restroom 15 years ago. And all of the under the bleachers and in the back seat. Yeah, well, all of that, there's something left from those men in you. And that has destroyed, that's destroyed you. So yeah, you are more, what's the word I'm looking for? Susceptible to their thoughts. You think like them, you act like them. That's why you have to purge yourself from your old ways. You found something?
Sir, it says that in terms of women being promiscuous, it says that studies in journals like the Psychological Medicine note that while higher numbers of sexual partners are correlated with increased reports of anxiety and depression, it is often difficult for researchers to prove causality. I'm about to just look up. You mean like DNA being left in women?
Yeah, I got an article in my phone, but it'll take me the rest of the class to find it. The point I'm trying to make is, yeah, you do have. Did she say demons?
No, she said spirits.
Well, yeah, you got demons, spirits, demons. Yeah, let's not talk about. Let's not make it cute. It's not spirits. It's demons. That's what you got from the men in the past, and now you have to purge out of that, all of that out of you. Give me Esther.
Got on concert.
Me Esther 1. It may be 2. What that boy King Asaref did with them women, them new women he had coming in
the 6 month.
Yeah,
Could be 2. Concert.
give me that. Read that. It's 9. Well,
9.
wait, it's probably before that. Yeah, read verse 2.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
The book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 2. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king. Verse 3. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan the palace, to the house of the women, unto the custody of Haggai, the king's chamberlain, keeper of the women, and let their things for purification be given unto them.
Keep going.
Verse 4. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so.
I'm trying to see how long he did the
6 months.
the purification. 12. Verse 12.
The book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 12. Now, when every maid's turn was come to go in to the king Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months according to the manner of the women, for so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women.
Why was he making them be purified for a year, for 6 months, for all of this time? Because he didn't want nothing, no remnant of another man dealing with these women. He was trying to clean these women all the way up because he didn't want nothing lingering. Now, just imagine how women are today and how active they are. There is no purification. A woman say I've been celibate for 2 weeks. I've been celibate for a month. That ain't no celibate. What are you talking about?
Right.
That's the problem. Now, let's say, for instance, this person is saying that she's been in relationships where she was married for years, right? Let's say, for instance, she had husbands that passed away or something like that. There are still things that you're going to hold on to from that previous relationship.
Right.
That's natural. So it's just going to be in you to become what you need to become for your new man. You know what I mean? That man, that new man, you're gonna get and say, "Oh, she learned that somewhere. She got that from somebody." That thing, you know, to some men don't want a woman that has a remnant of other men in her, an elect. Some men don't like that. So go ahead, give her the mic.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask,
Mhm. Yes, it's cleaning and being celibate. He had them sitting in juices and berries and myrrh and oils and all of that because a woman is a deposit box. I don't know how else to say it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you would have to clean going in and out, and you would have to the purifying is thank you. That's the word, detoxing. That's what you would need. Some detoxing just to, get a lot of it out of you. And if the women today detox, yeah, they might melt the pipes. Go ahead.
so is it just a matter of a physical detox or purification, or is it also a mental?
Both. It's both. Because you have to, okay, imagine what type of trauma you're bringing into a new relationship when you were in an abusive one. When you were in an abusive relationship with someone, that trauma that you're bringing into this man who's never done anything to you, you're going to treat him shielded as if he's ever done something to you. And he's never done anything to you. He never will. But you're already treating him in a way that you wouldn't have treated him if it wasn't for these past relationships. So you're going to have to get to know him. You're going to have to, and I tell sisters this all the time, 90%, 95% of the marriage is going to be told through the courtship. Talking to somebody, getting to know them, that courtship period is the most important part because that's what's going to let you know if it's going to be the longevity of the marriage. You're going to have to be able to know, that man's going to have to know what he's dealing with. I'm telling you, if you're courting somebody, argue with them. See what an argument is like with them. See if they go, "Oh, you made me mad. I'm blocking you on social media. I'm blocking you on the phone. Don't text me. Don't call me." See what do they do when they are in fight or flight? You need to know that before you get intimate with them. You don't find that out until after you have a baby with them. That's when you find it out. The first thing you do is say, "Dang, she fine." Then you marry her. You have sex with her. Then after that, then you say, Man, Keisha crazy. Well, duh. I mean, yeah. You don't even know her. What's her middle name? You don't know nothing about it. Now you want to talk about she crazy. Yeah, she crazy, all right. And she's yours. You stuck with her now. You stuck with her crazy behind. So the most important thing is the courtship, the time, the talking, arguing with each other, making up, seeing what all of those different processes are like so you can know whether or not this is something you want to do forever. Because in here, that's what you're going to have to do it for. Ever. Except it be for fornication. Now, if she goes out and sleeps with a man, that's his wife. And you are not to go into her again because now you're committing adultery with another man's wife. See, because of religion, we think marriage is a wedding ring, a ceremony. Marriage is sex. That's marriage according to the Bible. The two becomes one flesh. And that is so important that we take sex serious because sex is the most serious thing you can do in a relationship. It's the most intimate thing. It's the most serious. It's the thing that will make or break a relationship. The Bible, it tells you that if you don't constantly consummate the marriage, what happens to the marriage?
It dies, sir.
It dies. If you don't feed a plant, what's going to happen to it?
It's going to die,
It's
sir.
going to die. What's going to eat it up? The sun and the drought from the lack of water. Well, what's the sun? Them bills. Them bills can dry out a relationship quick. Them bills, that's the heat. Them arguments, they're going to come from the lack of funds. That water that you give, the water makes the heat not as bad. You watering that plant, that makes that marriage and that sun and that little breeze you get, makes it all worth it. But if I got to sit in the heat and I'm dried out and I don't get no water, then brother, I'm about to die. I'm going to be passing you them papers. That's what has to happen. That's what has to happen to keep a marriage alive. All right? Just know that the Montron that you slept with, the Montron and Lamika, brother and sister, that's your husband and your wife. That's your husband and your wife. And you better remember it. You better make sure that you don't have one too many drinks. Don't make sure that you control yourself and you don't just marry someone. Because guess what else you're marrying? They're demons. You could be marrying a full out crazy person that's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday pills in the car and at the house. 2 different sets of pills. And you don't even know it. Because in the club, they were so nice and mannerable. If you want to marry someone with the sets of pills, you should know it first, right? You should brace yourself and say, yeah, my man, you know, he takes medicine because he crazy. But that's how I like his crazy behind. I love him. He's so crazy. I love him. He do be tripping sometimes, but you know, that's my type of tripping. That's beautiful. And there's somebody for everybody. There is. The scripture said that a woman will marry any man. Give me that. I don't think women know that's in the Bible. I don't think women. I think women think that they got special selection. Like, oh no, I would never. Shh. Let's see what the Bible say. Give me that. Let me tell you why you got to understand that about yourself, women. Because, okay, all a woman really needs is access. That's why they have work wives. A man that you would never like if you saw him walking the street, once you work with him every day and get to meet him and talking to him, and he's so sweet and he's so mannerable, he started to become handsome. Then him being ugly don't even matter because you like all the other attributes about him. You think you got a high quality of selection because you pick all your husbands and wives out of the club. You don't get to know them first. So you get all your women from when they look their best. When they caked up with makeup. I'm talking about caked up. Makeup so thick, there's a whole nother face under there. They got weave that they bought all the way down to the floor. When they get home and throw that wig across the room, and you look and see you got more hair than them, it's too late, brother. It's too late. Well, you got to take your time. You got the scripture for me?
Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36, verse 21. A woman will receive every man.
Some men.
Every man.
Most of them.
Every man.
The Bible says that a woman will receive any man. I know you don't believe that because you think you got, what's that, morals. All you got to do is be in the vicinity of somebody long enough and you'll open the quiver and receive his arrow. Keep going.
Colonel McCon, sir, yet is one daughter better than another.
But there's one woman that is better than another, that'll hold that quiver closed longer than the other. There are some women that walk in the door with the quiver open. Hey, anyone, hey, how you doing? There's some women that can wait a little longer. But you know what? She can't wait forever. Because that's how you were made. You have to know that about yourself. Therefore, you have to choose wisely. Because a woman, according to the Lord, gets one choice. You have to take your time and choose right. And brothers, because a man can have more than one wife, you have to be very careful about what type of woman you sleep with. Let me tell you something. I see men more picky about the cars they buy. How many miles they got? Oh, nah, that's too many miles. I'm good. Why don't you check the Carfax of that girl? You don't never check the whole facts. How many oil change? The oil is dry. There ain't no oil in there. How many oil changes she done gave? Huh? You should treat your selection of choosing a woman better than your selection of choosing a car. You know, right? Because if the mileage matters on the car, it definitely matters on the woman. It does. So, I know that everybody know we all born in sin and shaped in iniquity, and the Lord knows your heart. And that's why you came in here, to be a new creature in Christ, so you can be born again and get a brand new whatever. But just remember, when you get your new body, don't put more miles on it. When you get your new thought process and now you're born again, don't run up the mileage and say, oh, well, it's him. The Lord don't want me with him. What's up?
No, the sister said check engine light on.
Check engine light. You pull up you get the rib, you meet her with the light on and say, yeah, I can fix this car. I'm a mechanic. A lot of you men think y'all are mechanics because you got a screwdriver, and you got a flathead and you got a drill. Well, brother, you don't use flatheads on cars. You know that, right? You need some sockets. You need some wrenches. I'm done. All right, give me the next question.
Okay. Kind of one concert. It says here, sister says, Salaki, sir. Friends see UPK videos that I repost. They have questions, but when I send them the live classes, they don't respond. How should I handle this?
You shouldn't give a damn. Listen, we are not for everybody. Was Christ for everybody? How many people did Christ have walking with him? At one time, he had the 5,000. Why? Because they misunderstood his message. See, if people start to misunderstand us more, when I start seeing the school getting big, I'll be like, these people don't understand what we really saying. Maybe we should really break down that we not what they think we are. Well, I start getting nervous when I start seeing a lot of people in the school, because that means that's too much quantity. I don't care about quantity. I care about quality. The brothers and sisters in here are quality. We're not hypocrites. And when I see them purple people, because I counsel and I answer the phone for Commander General Yohana day and night in the South, I know the problems that brothers and sisters have every day and night. And I see them marching up the street by the thousands, and I see the demons in their eyes. I'm like, he's still smoking. He likes little children. He likes men. He's in the choir. He leaves their purple classes and goes to church and sings in a choir somewhere. That whole first 10 rows is full of hypocrites. That leader right there, he's gay. Him, I can just read it. I can see it all in their eyes. I see they women are whores. I'm looking at them. I could feel it on them. You know another reason you know that all of them are hypocrites? Because you never see them in public. Why? Why don't you see them in public? You see us in public with fringes, with the UPK shirt on. You don't ever see no IUIC jacket or no shirt or no headband where they out in the public trying to let everybody know who they are. Right. Why? Why do they hide their identity? Huh? Because they don't want nobody to know who they really are. They're gonna be like, oh, you talking about Yisrael? Oh yeah, that's Demetrius. Yeah, Demetrius, yeah, he's sleeping with my sister. Yeah, he be at the crib all the time. Oh, but Demetrius married. I thought they believe in one wife. Oh, he married? I never knew that. Yeah, because he a hypocrite. We not hypocrites. We want to tell you the truth. We're gonna be upfront. What was we talking about? What is this about?
A man will have every woman.
No, we passed that. We passed that. What am I talking about?
Oh, the video, basically the repost is basically people not. She said she reposted videos and nobody respond to the video.
We don't care about the people that don't want to be with us. Thank you. Bring me back. I got lost. We don't care about the people that don't like us, that don't want to be with us, that don't. None of those people matter. Who matters? The people that what you gonna say?
The people that are here fighting.
That's who matters. The people that want Christ. They don't want Christ because they come in here and we're friendly. They give me forward and give me that. This is for the other question that they asked earlier as well. This will go with that as well about the camp leader. Respect the forward. Which one? You looking to do one in Proverbs?
No, that's that. I know you talking what Paul said.
Oh yeah, that was cool too. Mm-hmm.
Cons 1 Peter.
Yep. 2:18.
Concert.
Wait, is that it? I don't think that's it either.
That's not it.
2:18. That's 21.
Okay. 1 Peter.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 18. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward.
Not only to the good and gentle, your camp leader, you got some nice brothers, some kind camp leaders, and that's very loving and respectful. And then you got some camp leaders that are just forward. They just, they just manly men. They don't pull no punches. Straightforward. They love you the same. It may not be the type of love you want to receive, but it's still the same type of love. And you are here to serve the Lord. That's what you're here to do. Be kind and gentle to them both. Obey them both. That's your job. But what was the question?
You asked for that in terms of no, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was in terms of people not listening to the repost.
Yes. The people that don't like us is because of our forwardness. How straightforward, how we talk about things. So, not, what would they say? Not, what do they call us? Carnal? Y'all are so carnal. Well, we speak of things so carnally to them because they don't understand what we're saying.
Right.
They don't understand this is top tier spirituality. They don't get it. It's top tier. They don't even know it. They don't even know what they're looking at. So you showing them this top tier, third, fifth dimensional spirituality, and it's repelling them. It's like, ugh. Oh, no, this ain't the Lord. I remember when I was a Christian, when I first started watching the UPK, the first video I saw was Captain Yatazaq. And he was just destroying all the Christianity in my soul, and I couldn't take it. I turned it off 5 times. I was like, oh my God, God is going to destroy them for being so evil. They got so much hate in their heart. Blasphemy. But then I went back to it. I was like, look at this dummy. He don't know what he's talking about. And I'm watching it again. I'm like, but that's true though. See, they just need to tone down their message, because if he just said it like that, because the truth He's saying some real stuff, and that's true. But it's the delivery. It's the delivery. I just can't get with the delivery. Let me find somebody else to watch. I started looking for somebody else, and then what I started to realize was that I was being weak, because no matter how he said it, he was still speaking the truth.
That's a fact.
And I had to come to myself to deal with myself on that. A lot of people, they're not able to do that. So they don't need to be here, because we're not putting no ice in your drink. We're not putting no sugar around the rim. We're not mixing your drink and making it sweet. We're going to pour the bottle into the cup, and you're going to drink it. And it's going to be bitter to your taste, and it's going to make your stomach hurt, but it's going to be good for you.
Right.
It's going to be the truth, and it's going to clean you. It's not peroxide.
Right.
It's alcohol.
Dang.
We don't give out peroxide in here. We got rubbing alcohol on an open wound, and your life is open. Your pain is real and is big, and we're pouring alcohol directly into it. No peroxide. See, you want the fizz. You got to get the pain. That's what's going to fix you. All right. Next.
I think that's it, sir. As far as questions.
What time I got? 30 minutes? About 30? What time is it?
9:35.
30 minutes? Oh, yeah. I got 30 minutes left. Y'all got any questions in the room? Come on.
Like as far as what you were saying about, like the top tier spirituality, like certain people don't speak on certain levels. How do you? So like, for instance, you might be having a conversation with some brothers that can understand things spiritually, and someone else could be offended that you're not having that conversation with them, but they don't have that level of discernment, or they're not calibrated like that. How do you convey that without being offensive, or how do you try to relate what you're talking about to them?
Okay, this is what you should do. You should talk in front of them. Okay, certain things could hurt a man, them hearing. Certain things you could talk about that would be so deep or so heavy for them. That's why, give me that wean from the milk. Give me that first. You can hurt a child if you give it steak when it don't have teeth. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. Read that.
Kanamakan, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? Whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
This is what you got to get. You got to be weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast to understand a lot. The natural things about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the culture that we have in this nation, that's milk. But it's really heavy for a lot of people that have never heard it before. When you start to talk about who we are, especially being that no one has ever told us who we were. People have told us about our ancestors, but they never told us who we are. So if you start to say, what's your nationality? You're going to start to give me a bunch of bywords and proverbs that you were taught through slavery. You asking a white man where you from, he's going to say, oh, I'm Russian. My mother's German, my father's Czechoslovakian, Bulgarian, this and that. Well, they were raised on the island of Islay in Iceland, and my grandfather traveled there and moved to Ireland, married my grandmother. She's this and that. They're going to run down nationalities, races, and identities. What are you going to take? Well, my daddy black, and they was Christian Baptist, Southern Baptist. What? And my grandma, she was Pentecostal, and she was she in Native Indian. She Blackfoot. That's all you know is the name of the slave master. You can't give a real race and or identity. Well, when we teach the truth, when we going over the scriptures and we breaking down things, and we sometimes we in circles and we, get to talking about something else. A young man that just learned he was from the tribe of Judah don't need to hear about UFOs because it can hurt him. It could be too much. It could weaken his faith. He can be like, I don't know about this. This is too. You mean to tell me y'all believe in this and y'all believe in what? Nah, bro, I can't. This is too much. So the first thing you got to do is be weaned from the breast. You need to be in the circle talking with the brothers that said, man, I just found out I was an Israelite. Yeah, man, me too. Y'all go over there and talk. Right. Y'all talk about y'all journey into the walk of serving the Lord and knowing who you are. Then another group of brothers is saying, yeah, man, I'm about to take my officer's test. And I'm working on these breakdowns and I'm working on my Hebrew. And then you're like, yeah. See, them brothers ain't ready to talk about learning the Hebrew. They just found out they were Hebrew. Then you got another group of brothers that's saying, yeah, John wasn't in the truth. Then you got other brothers that's talking about the throne room of the Lord, coming out of the fourth dimension and teleporting from one place to the next in the Bible. And you know that one brother, he teleported. The angel grabbed him by the braid and took him into the fiery the lion's den to feed Daniel. He was like, I've never been to Babylon. I've been in Jerusalem. Like, you going to Babylon today? He snatched him up, took him into there, fed him, brought him back, put him back down in another place. That may be too deep for you. You may be like, well, that's in the Bible? They talking about all that in the Bible? What Bible y'all reading? See, some of y'all now just looking at me right now and saying, that's too much. This is too much. What's going on? Some people just want a breakdown that can hurt them so they can leave. Precept.
No sweat. It's a hard saying.
That's all. Some people just need that one. All some people need is an excuse to leave. Well, we'll give you that excuse. If you want to come sit in the circle and talk with me, I'll give you all the hard sayings. And then,
This is the book of John, chapter 6, verse 56. And Christ said, he that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him.
What did he say?
He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him.
Christ said, listen, if you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you with me. Imagine that. I'm sitting up here right now. I say, hey, y'all, if y'all eat my flesh and drink my blood, then y'all really with me. That's when y'all showing that y'all really down, when you eat my flesh and drink my blood. Now, how would you feel if I said that? What would you say? Read the next verse.
The book of John, chapter 6, verse 60. Many, therefore, of his disciples, when they had heard this, said, this is a hard saying.
They said what?
This is a hard saying.
Go ahead.
Who can hear it?
Who can what?
Who can hear it?
Who can hear it? This is too deep for me. Who can understand this? This is too much. It's too deep. He just told me to eat of his blood. Drink his blood and eat his body. Nah, I ain't come here for all this. I came for the word of the Lord, not for no cannibalism.
Right.
Go ahead.
And when Jesus knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said unto them, does this offend you?
Like, hey, did I say something that made you mad? Did I offend you with this breakdown? And sir, I'm about to get up out of here. I got to go to work in the morning. What happened to them 5,000 after that day?
The book of John, chapter 6, verse 66. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him.
They did what?
They went back and walked no more with him.
After that, they didn't want to follow Christ no more. They got what they wanted. They wanted to hear the deep sayings and they wanted to see the miracles. Christ showed them the miracles, and then Christ let them hear the things he was telling the disciples, the 12. He let everybody hear it. It was just too deep for them. It was too much. Then what did he say next?
Oh, Salakia. Then he said to the 12, will ye also go away?
He said, hey, y'all gonna leave too? Was it too much for y'all? See, having a bunch of people with you, it's really, it's quantity, not quality. I don't care about quantity. I care about quality. Our King cares about quality. He wants righteous people to follow him, not a lot of people. All right?
It's a question, sir. It's a question with an explanation. The sister said, Salaki, sir, I wanted to ask your guidance about Ilukami and indigo hands. I've learned that some people wear indigo on their hands simply to honor the black people who were enslaved and forced to work with indigo and to remember our history and heritage. I also know that some people use indigo hands as part of hoodoo or other spiritual practices.
What's that henna? Is that henna?
Well, no, I think indigo hands is something different. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's henna. That's like an Arab thing. I also know that some people use indigo hands as a part of hoodoo or other spiritual practices. If my intention is only to honor these ancestors and remember what they endured, not for protection, rituals, divination, or any spiritual power, is that acceptable according to the scripture, or should I avoid it because of its associations with spiritual practices? Indigo fingers is where only the fingertips are dyed blue and black stained, sometimes with 3 small dots. The Ilukami designs cover the hands with symbols or patterns.
Yeah, what ancestors are you trying to remember? Because this sounds like some like Gullah Geechee.
I got some on indigo hands.
Come on, what you got? It sounds like some old like Geechee stuff. I remember reading about this. Go ahead.
It says the term indigo hands, historically and culturally known as ulakami or indigo fingers, originates from the grueling labor and rich spiritual traditions of enslaved West Africans in the American South, particularly within the Gullah Geechee and Hoodoo communities. The history of indigo hands spans across continents from West African craftsmanship, plantation labor, and lives on today as a reclaimed cultural practice. Long before the transatlantic slave trade, the indigo cultivation was highly sophisticated textile tradition across West Africa.
So who did this? Why did they do this? In the name of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai? Why did they do it? What was it for?
So I guess it sound like merchant trade. Even for the Africans that was back in Africa, it was just their job. So that if you dealing in indigo dye, your fingertips get dyed.
That's it. So what do you want to do? You want to honor the mechanic ancestors and dip your fingers in oil? Let's honor the mechanics. Honor the fathers that used to work in the oil field, and everybody put their fingers in oil and walk around with black fingertips. Let's do it in the name of the ancestors and rub it on our faces. No, we're not doing that, sis. You can't do that and be in here. You're not going to walk in the Passover with blue fingertips and say, "Oh, I'm under Capt Yatazaq." No, you do not have permission to have blue fingertips in the UPK. Okay, because we're one, and if what we do here, it is what everyone could do everywhere. Right. There is not a thing that we can do here that everyone can't do. We're one body. Once people start doing their own thing, if your heart starts to do something that's not normal, what is that called? If your heart starts to run faster than it normally runs, what is that called? To the body.
It's like it's an illness.
I know. What is it called?
A heart attack?
A heart attack. You know what's happening when you start to do your own thing in the body? You are attacking the body. You're hurting the body. Because now other parts of the body are going to want to see, wait, what's this? Why can't we do this? I want to do this. And now you're going to start to affect the body with schisms. Now, all over the body is going to have sores and diseases and cancers. Cancers are going to spread all over the body. That's what's going to happen because this one little thing seeped into the body. What happens when something that doesn't belong in the body comes into the body? What is the first thing they tell you to do with it?
So if you can repeat the last part.
What is the thing that they tell you to do when they find a cancer in the body?
They want a biopsy.
What is the thing? Let's say you have cancer in your breast. What is the counsel they would give?
They're gonna say to take chemotherapy, which is the radiation, and then if that doesn't help, they might even still advise to remove the
Cut it out.
Cut
breast,
it out.
yeah.
Why do you need to cut it out?
Because it can spread.
That's what's going to happen if we let you walk in there with blue fingertips. We let you walk in here with blue fingertips, it's going to spread like cancer. And then the school is going to split up. The house of the Lord is going to split up over, but why we can't have blue fingertips and blue lips? Why we can't have, that's not the culture of the UPK.
She said cancer under water.
Most High in Christ. Next.
I think that's it, sir. Got 10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right. 10 minutes. What do y'all need to know? There's this thing I've been talking about for a few weeks. I don't know if y'all have been grasping it. Hopefully I can see if y'all have been grasping it. There's these people that walk around the world, and I don't think everyone knows who they are. If you would happen to know what we should call these people that walk around the world that are evil, that everyone seems to love and think are kind and sweet and loving. If you happen to know what they are and who they are, would you please type it in the comments? And maybe I won't even have to talk for the next 10 minutes. Because
Sir, we already got answers.
we got answers.
Come on, sir. The white T man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Most High Christ.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That has to become your motto in life. You have to realize that your oppressor and everything that you've been going through in your life, you want to blame it on your baby's father, right? You want to blame it on your lack of employment. You want to blame it on your lack of education, or your father, you didn't raise you, or your mother did this, or you want to blame it on everything. I'm going to help you out. Let me just surmise it to one place where you can put all your focus. You can laser focus all your attention to one place. That these people are to blame. If you start to do that, you'll be able to have compassion for the people that you're mad at. You'll be able to say, well, it wasn't my father's fault because they made my father lose the job by taking the industry jobs, by taking the factory jobs away. And then my father got on drugs because he was depressed and full of anxiety, and he was an alcoholic, and he went on the streets and started doing crack. Where did he get the crack from? Well, they actually put the drugs on the street. They actually shipped them over here. Then they gave my mother, made her a superpower to where she could get benefits as long as he wasn't there. This is a system that they set up. So now who can you start loving? You can love your mother. You can love your father. You can love the people in your neighborhood that sold the drugs. You can turn your life around and start to love all the people that you've hated your entire life because of the hurt and the pain. Now you can turn the anger where it belongs, to who it belongs to. Once you can do that, then we can come together. The problem is there's too much blame being pointed at people that don't deserve it. And that is a lack of compassion. Because if I say, man, you sold my brother crack, you know what you should say? Man, you sold my brother crack because you were poor. And you were poor because that was a system that made you poor. And I know who's behind that system. We should be mad at the system. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. And we keep trying to be mad at everybody else and everything else, and we're ignoring the cancer. Give me Obadiah 1:15.
Cut on, Consor.
Obadiah is going to help you understand that God knows where the cancer in the earth is. And God is going to do to cancer the thing that needs to be done to cancer. Read that.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
You have to remember that you have served every nation on this earth. You have willingly worked for them. Esther was in captivity, and Esther said to the king, if we were just working to be slaves, we wouldn't have even been tripping. But he want to kill us. We didn't even have a problem with being other people's slaves and serving them, because that's what leaders do, serve. Now imagine that. Imagine somebody saying, oh, ministry is service. Well, I'm going to make you a slave. That's what your oppressor did. Well, Esther said, well, I don't mind serving you. I just don't want to die. That's the people that you are. Well, the Lord said, as you have done, it shall be done to you. You're going to pay for what you've done to us. Keep reading.
Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Keep going.
Come on, verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually.
As you have sat on top of Black Hispanic leadership and swallowed up all of their resources, well, so shall we do unto you. We're going to dry out your communities. We're going to make sure that your education system is less than ours. We're going to make sure that your schools don't have good seats. They're going to have air conditioning. There may be fans, but the air will be circulating. It will be conditioning you. We may put the mist in front of the fan, you know, and let you open the windows. We're merciful. But you're going to pay. Our time for paying is over.
Cut on, concert.
Now it's time for you to cash in. And the best part about it that I realized the other day is you have never you've never said you were sorry. So we don't even have to be sad when it happens to you, because you won't even say you're sorry. How long have they had to say they were sorry?
Over 400 years, sir.
Over 400 years. We get a handful of people to kiss boots. How many boot kisses that we got over these years, you know? It ain't 1,000, so it ain't enough. It ain't even in the 1% yet. Not even 1% of them are sorry. So we shouldn't feel bad for them. Keep going.
Come on, Khan. So shall all the heathen drink continually.
Some of the people.
So shall all the heathen drink continually.
This is the part that people have to understand. What's coming is not just coming to them. It's coming to everybody. Everybody is going to pay for what they've done to the children of God. Go ahead.
Concert. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down. and they shall be as though they had not been.
You're gonna be so consumed with the fire that it's gonna be as if you were never here. You're gonna be so consumed in poverty. It's gonna be that as if you were never Babylon, as if you were never the Persian and the Medes. You were never Assyria. You were never the Greeks or the Romans. People are gonna look at you and say, these people were never anything. The way you look at us. You see us, you know, the scriptures say that Solomon's servants, that Sheba came into the temple, came into the kingdom and walked up to one of Solomon's servants, thinking it was Solomon. The lesser men looked like royalty. Well, that's what it's going to be real soon. Keep going.
Concert, verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
Upon everybody.
But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
This is what has to be remembered. I know life is hard. I know the Bills is kicking everybody's ass right now. Raise your hand if the Bills is winning right now. The Bills is winning. The fight, we losing the fight right now. The Bills is winning. We losing. We all losing the fight to Bills. Don't worry. Because upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. Keep going.
And there shall be holiness.
And there should be separate. See, the Bills are going to start kicking a new people's ass. We're going to be separate from the oppression of the Bills because the children are free, but the strangers will pay tribute.
That's a fact.
And that tribute will be holy. It will be set apart. And it'll be given to the holy. Keep going.
Cut on concert. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
And you shall possess. You know, I drove by Tesla the other day and I just looked at it. I was like, so I'm gonna put my picture on the second floor. I think I want that whole middle section to be mine. I'm gonna see if I can get Commander General Hunter's approval to at least get 22,000 square feet of my own. And you know, put the shield up and take the Tesla down. You know, I drive by people's houses and just figure out like what I'm gonna do with it. Like, look at that. That's about 200 acres. We're gonna put something right there. What y'all want to put? We do it all the time. We drive. We're like, see right there, we're gonna put this right here. We're gonna open up a shelter. And we do it all the time. Why? Because we're gonna possess your possessions.
Right.
And we're just getting ready. We're mapping it out, architecting it, figuring out what we're going to do with it. How we the layout of how we're going to do this place. Keep going.
Cut on my concert, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
For what?
For stubble.
I want y'all to remember that. Fire and flame. You know, I barbecue, right? I know this very well about fire and flames. Stubble is the bottom of the ashes. Like when the wood burned all the way through, that's stubble. Esau is going to be totally burnt through. There will not be any relic or any remaining thing that makes you look up to them. They're going to be totally consumed. Why am I telling you this? To give you hope.
Right.
Because the Bills are winning. They winning. But your God said he's going to destroy the winners.
Right.
And make you a winner and make them losers. Keep going.
Cut on my concert. And they shall kindle in them and devour them.
And what?
And devour them.
Yeah, we're going to devour them. Like we being devoured right now, they're going to get devoured. Keep going.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord have spoken it.
I said it.
For the Lord have spoken it.
The Lord said that they got to pay. And they're going to pay so much so that none of them are remaining. Take that. And what Capt Yatazaq say? And let that sizzle in your chest. Let that sizzle. Because it's definitely gonna be sizzling in theirs.
Heartburn.
Go ahead.
If I could, Cap, it's so heavy because with in their kingdom, like the whole Epstein thing, like he was taking a couple $100 and just paying random sisters in school to get other women and boys to come to the house, and then he would use that to sell it to make more bread from other rich white pedophiles to eat babies and do all this, all the way to the point that it's so many they couldn't even condemn them because they said it would shut down the society, and it's no outrage by no white people. White people ain't mad about that. Like they're not like, damn, we so wicked that we can't even condemn the wicked people because it would shut down our society.
This is a perfect segue. You know why they can't condemn the wicked?
It's like you, sir, because Satan can't cast out Satan.
Because how do you condemn people in hell? We're in hell, like. What are you looking for? Righteousness? What you think this place is going to be good? What do you expect out of Las Vegas?
Sin.
Sin. Why?
It's Sin City.
It's Sin City. What do you expect out of this?
Right.
Holiness? No. They're doing exactly what hell is made to do. Sin. Don't worry. You know what else hell's gonna do? Burn.
Right. In the lake.
In the lake. Yeah, it's gonna be a lake of fire. But it won't be an ocean of fire.
Right.
It won't be a world of fire. It'll be a lake. It'll be a small place, like a firebox, like on a barbecue pit. Just see to the side, it's gonna be fire over here. Over there, it's gonna be smoke. The smoke come out over here, over there. The fire consumes over there. And everybody that sees that smoke is going to say, oh my God. Ain't that what it said in Revelation? What do they call hell? A pit.
Fire pit. That's great.
Fire pit. Holy smoke's going to turn and make take a whole new run. Holy smokes is the pits of hell. That's what it is. Well, we're going to kindle in them a fire because our king is going to come and destroy this place. Read the last 2 verses and I'm done.
Verse 21 says, and Savior shall come up on mountains.
No. Start at 19.
Oh, you want that? Okay.
Yeah, I want it.
And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath. And the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south.
You hear that? Everybody that's had us in slavery, we're going to get our land back and we're going to have them in slavery. They're going to serve us. We're going to possess them. What does it mean to possess? Own. We're going to own them. And then what?
And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion.
And who going to come up?
And saviors.
A savior.
Saviors.
Saviors. We're going to come up and stand on top of Mount Zion. Go ahead.
To judge the mount of Esau.
Who are the saviors? The saviors are, go ahead.
So like you said, the 144,000?
144. You're going to look at them and say, these are our heroes. You're going to look and say, these are they that stood so stiffly with him. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see the saviors of Israel. The people that said, my life is not as important as my nation's lives. You know what? I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stop robbing. I'm going to stop being evil. I'm going to become a superhero for my people. Saviors are going to rise up and stand on the top of our nation and do what?
To judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's.
And you know who we're going to judge? The people that couldn't be judged because they were in hell and they were ruling hell.
Damn.
They were the top, the mount of Esau. They said if we judge them, civilization will fall. And if civilization would have failed, who would have stepped up? The saviors. So what did they have to do? They had to hold on because time was short. Time is up. I know we losing to Bills right now, but we about to win the Esau.
It's a damn fact.
That's what we about to do because their time is up. With that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer DeWar. Y'all give him a hand.
We are the ISUPK, start at a 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. Not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Salakia, the memorial blowing of the trumpets. First day of the 7th month. Or Salakia, is it a feast of first fruits? Starts after Sabbath, unleavened bread, sundown. Sunday, April 12th, 2026. Count 50 days. Oh, no, Salaki. No, the memorial blowing of the trumpets, first day of the 7th month. Friday, September 11, 2026. Leviticus 23, 24 through 25. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And these are the security announcements.
All right, with that, Imagine. We have courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Rakatah. Yajim Matah. Saw. This is Imagine. Tell you stand. Do a courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh, Shem Yahushua. Yajim Matah. Pass this man.
Because when I found this truth, guess what happened? I put my birthday away. When I found this truth, I put the drugs away. When I found this truth, I quit whoring my sisters. When I found this truth, I started becoming a better man and a better person. Because now I know I'm on that narrow path. Now I know I'm on a righteous path. Now I know what I'm doing is going to get me somewhere.